Hey, this is Sir Charles Carey. I want you to join me on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. for the True Mood Podcast. True Music. That's where we talk about all things.
I'm a musician, singer, songwriter, producer, engineer.
All things creative.
Me and my co-host, Carl T. Smith, the smooth one, will be glad to hear you, glad to talk to you, answer your questions, and talk all things music. The True Mood Podcast, Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. Be part of the energy.
I can see that thing that makes men stop, stand still, all in denial, suffer loss of will.
Man, oh man, I just thought at the last second, where is this being broadcast to? I totally forgot. I don't know if it's YouTube or wherever, but we're gonna make it work. That's all good. It's all good. Man, how you been doing, man?
Good. And you?
Grateful. Won't complain. What can I say? Just getting ready for the next thing, preparing for the next big thing, whatever that's gonna be. It's hard trying to keep up with you, man.
With me?
Yeah.
I don't know about all that.
You in one city, one state. I mean, man, trying to keep up with you, man. Look, everybody's doing the latest, following the latest trends and the latest craze, and this is what I came up with. My group, man, we came up with. That's what we looking like, trying to keep up with you. We're all over the place.
That's good, man. I like that. You got to make a move now. You got to go.
I'm telling you, man, it's trying to be cool.
No. Good.
Look, it kind of reminds me of a few months back when we was in New York doing the gig. Remember when we did this? I had to look at his face. I'm like, oh wow, we kind of do look like that. We're a little resemblance. Yeah, man. But so what you been up to, man?
Well, working on that album, just trying to do that kind of stuff, working on some events. We, want to try to get back down there and perform. Actually, I think we'll be there. We'll be down in the DMV in April.
Okay. Oh, that's right around the corner.
Yeah, we'll be down there in April. And
winery here? No, Tacoma Station. Tacoma
State. Right. Yeah. And then working on a few production things and a few, musical stuff and things like that. Writing.
That's all right.
How about yourself?
I've been slacking, man. I have not written a song, touched up a song, been in the recording studio since November. And I'm like, man, what the heck are you doing? Well, that's because we've been busy doing some other things, but I'm trying to get my current project out. I want to push it out the door no later than March if I can, so need to try to, shift gears a little bit. I've been doing a lot of training for the other side of the microphone, the personal professional development side. And I laugh at myself because when I start speaking about it, I start speaking like I'm on stage speaking.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am here to
you know what I mean? Exactly.
show you how to do this.
So, because I was in Vegas for a few days, like a week, and then I came back. And then I did another week training with this guy. Some of you probably know, Russell Brunson. He's one of the founders of ClickFunnels, and so I'm just trying to balance, what I'm doing and where the priorities are, and just trying to keep things right. So, but then again, I'm in talks with one of the well, it's not really a nightclub, coffee lounge that we've done a few performances that we get another opportunity of yet going back again. So March 14th, we'll be back at Mix and Mingle one more time.
Okay, all right.
So we're just trying to, keep things moving, keep things going forward. In fact, we were online was it today? Yesterday, and a little bit this morning, messing with each other about what songs and hey, did you hear this? And did you hear the new performance that Jill Scott has on Nucci's front porch and all that kind of stuff? So, just staying active, but there's a lot to do, a lot to be done, and just being in the process,
Yeah.
and trying to make sense of it all. Have you been keeping up with the? Did you watch the Super Bowl?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Yeah, neither did I. I figured you could tell me something that I don't know about because
nope.
I'm not against it. It's just not my thing. I like the halftime show. I would like to know more about that. But did you see that part, the halftime show?
No, I didn't.
Bad Bunny was saying, "Where's Carl T. Smith, the smooth one?" That's what I'm hearing.
I don't know about that, but
Nah, but they everyone's talking about Bad Bunny and it was a great job. I've only seen a few highlights, so I don't have much to offer. I think from what I've seen, he does this thing, whatever, it's good. I know the purpose behind it, that's definitely good. And all the best to him. But Mace was talking about him and was it Cameron? Mace and Cameron was talking about the performance, and they thought they gave him a 4 out of 10. So
4 out of 10. Well, okay.
I mean,
did they say why?
I didn't look that deeply into it, but I do know that. Well, from my perspective, I know that understanding is a big part of it. And even though you may like the flavor and the feel of the music, but it was predominantly in Spanish.
Right.
And sometimes that can take a little bit away from the performance if you don't know what someone's saying, unless it's an obvious slow romantic song, then it might not matter. Je vous aime beaucoup, something romantic and, you get the feel, but.
Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead. Trazi French, Mr. Sir Trazi French, yeah.
No?
But you're gonna start doing your speaking things in French?
Oh no, sir, not even in Spanish, not even. But no, I think they just prefer to see a different artist. I mean, I don't know. And they did mention it probably would have been better with Chris Brown, and I would have to agree with that. But Chris Brown probably does not convey a message conducive to the plight of what we're all going through now in America. So, yeah, I see that part too. But entertainment-wise, I would have preferred Chris Brown over Bad Bunny. I have nothing against Bad Bunny, just I don't know his music that well. So I guess it's meaningful. Especially saying one America, one love, and trying not to shoot each other down.
Sure.
But I did see a bit of Coco Jones. You're familiar with her, right? The singer?
Very, very, a little bit.
Man, she did the, I think it was the national, did she do the national anthem?
National anthem, yeah.
And she did a good job, but she's a really good vocalist. So but she gave kudos.
She had an outfit close to Whitney's, as I saw.
Yeah. So kudos to her for representing, doing her thing, and showing up in good fashion. So I definitely can appreciate her. But then I hear there was this other show. I don't know what it was called. Did you hear about that?
Which show you talking about that they put on at the same time as the halftime? Yeah.
What was it called? America's Show or something? No, I don't know what
I don't know. It's your president's attempt to draw people away from Bad Bunny.
Well, okay. I saw on social, I don't know, to me, don't lie. If it was good, it was good. If it was bad, it was bad. But somebody had a post, only 37 people showed up. Come on. Somebody else said 5 million. Someone else yet said 6 million. I mean, call it what it was, but there was no comparison regardless, you know.
Of course not. Of course not. It's always going to be, 40 million showed up, but when you won't get a picture. If you get the picture, the first one was right. 15 people was there,
Yeah, I know that. Well, I don't know because I didn't watch it, but I saw a picture of Kid Rock. His gut was hanging out, so I don't know if that was current or not. I mean, that's why I say I cannot trust. I don't know about you, but I cannot trust social media anymore. If I don't hear from the source, I ain't necessarily going to believe it. Now, I
think that's always been, that's always been the thing with media, unless you get it straight from a source, or somewhere close to the source,
right?
It can't hold any weight to it.
Now, there's one person that I know that did perform there, and I mean, I saw a clip, and I didn't hear it, but I saw it. Charlie Puth, Puth is his last name. White guy. I like him. Charlie Puth is my man. He's a good producer, songwriter. He did a song with Meghan Trainor called "Let's Get It On" like Marvin Gaye. Good singer, not just because of that song. I just like his style overall, but he sang, I think, the national anthem, and he had this smirk on his face, and I have no idea what the smirk was like. Hey,
getting paid.
Yeah, exactly. See, that's what I thought.
I'm getting over on this. I'm getting paid.
Look,
I can't believe I'm doing this and getting paid.
I'm getting the bag off of doing the national anthem.
This kind of money.
Yeah.
This to do it,
What was the sister that a few years ago almost ruined her career? She got Chrisette Michelle.
Mm.
She did like a national anthem or something for Trump's inauguration or something. And man, everybody came down on her like a ton of bricks. But I don't think Charlie was going to have that problem, probably because of his persuasion. But there's some folks like myself that like him. But I'll be honest with you. I ask myself, would I do it for the bag too? I'm like, don't ask me that question. Don't ask myself that question.
Listen, it unfortunately, I mean, it's a job. You don't have to believe in the cause. It's a job.
How many hundreds of thousands of reasons do you need?
You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure that I would do it, but it's the job, and you fulfilling the job.
Yeah, I had to swear up and down. Look, guys, look, I did. Look, now I can do some other things that are helpful. Here's a little something for your time, maybe. But yeah, I like Charlie Puth. I had one of his songs I was playing earlier. I just like his style, man. He takes inanimate objects and he'll make a sound, and then he put it in his DAW, and he'll make it part of a song. Now I don't know how he does it live, but let me see. This is one of his songs. Let me see if we can hear it. See if we can turn it up some. I don't own the rights to this song. Just putting it out there. YouTube. For you, I could climb Mount Kilimanjaro, 1,000 times. I like him, man. I like his style, man. Maybe it's just a cornball in me. I don't care. But
Just the cornball.
yeah, man.
Man.
But Charlie's my man. I like Charlie Puth. But yeah, man. What about the Olympics? Do you keep up with, or do you watch the Olympics? I know it's not traditional sports, but
No, I used to. I most of that stuff. I don't know. For me, it used to be a lot of that stuff was competition. The award shows, the Olympics, those kind of things. Now it's all kind of political to me. You can kind of predict who's going to win.
Yeah, I think it was more meaningful. Also, seemingly, I mean, it's kind of hard to say it, but I don't consider myself Mr. Patriotic, but it seemed like in years past, it really lent itself to a more patriotic meaning.
Sure.
Different countries, not just competing, but okay, yes, who's the best, but also a meaningful thing that if your country did well, it spoke to, the ethics and the mindset and the, whatever you may want to call it, the girth of your meaningfulness in the world, representing your particular country. Today,
your position in the world.
Yeah, today it's seemingly more entertainment, like you said, political, and because of some of the scandals over the years, I think it's been watered down. Simply put, especially hearing about the gymnasts, the young women that were taken advantage of, a few years ago, the last Olympics. That was really horrible, and then of course the politics. Let me ask you this about this Olympics. Do you think that transgender should compete in the opposing sport? Like, a man that is a female now should be competing with women?
What kind of question is that? No.
No, but really, I know what I think, but what do you?
No, if you listen, I'm, hey, listen, I think whatever you choose,
Mm-hmm.
whatever you choose, I support your choice. I may not agree with it, but I support your choice. You have the right to choose whatever it is that you want, but you cannot infringe on anybody else's right or whatever to be what they are. And if you're a man, I don't care how you dress up and what you do differently, but if you're a man, you already have an advantage in certain things that women don't have, and I don't think that you should compete with them. I think you really want something, talk to somebody and make a division for you. You know what I'm saying? Your own division.
I think I know people may be up in arms with it, but why can't there be a transgender division for all of the activities?
I'm pretty sure it can be. It's just all really, it's all about money. That's all it really is. If they can draw a crowd, then they'll make it. If it makes money, they'll come up with a category. But I don't think that they should mix and mingle and all that other stuff like that.
Yeah, agreed. I think maybe the fear is for some of the corporations who want to sponsor these things, they don't want to share or get mixed up in the like you said, politics, sharing what they really are about or sharing their sensitive nature. They don't want to say, yes, we're behind this if people that have been going to them for years and years are opposed. So they don't want to expose themselves. And I understand that. That's business and it's still politics at the same time. But in all fairness, I think if it was me now and I was going to support an activity, little boys, little girls, I think it's personally wrong for children to be transgender because I don't believe that they've matured well enough to make that decision. I believe that personally, when you become a certain age, you make that decision when you become of age, you know. But I believe there should be a division or a section for transgender athletes or transgender activities that really give them the space to do what they want to do. You know, I
Got
felt,
my vote.
yeah, I felt very strongly against. I don't know, you know who Dwayne Wade is, right?
Yes.
And his son,
Yeah.
his girl. I was like, come on, dude. He's not even of age to make that decision. You've got enough money to do God knows how many things for how many people, but you want to support this. Suppose he changes his mind a few years later, or something happens. Again, that's my decision. It's not my child, but now if it's my child, I'm gonna love them, but I'm still gonna say I love you. But make your decision when you become of age. Period. Hopefully, it don't create a wedge, but I don't know. I just didn't really think that that was a smart thing or a fair thing, for a developing mind. That was just my thing. But yeah, man. But also, Lindsey Vaughn. They talked about Lindsey Vaughn, how she broke her leg. She's 41 years old. She's a decorated skier, Olympic skier, and she had I think a plate in her right leg or something, but she broke the left leg.
Eek.
Yeah, at 41 years old. And it's pretty clear that she wanted to, compete, maybe like her last hurrah, being that she's 41. But I thought it was just like,
she got to take credit for going that long, man, because injuries, minor injuries, doing those things, because you definitely, have minor injuries.
right.
And you last 40, you last up to 40 years, right? Because on your 41st, you wanted to go. You did 40 years at 40 competing. And that's that's an achievement, testament of your focus and stuff.
And all that, yeah, man.
So and get out the way. Let the next crop, let the next crop get it.
But I think it's like many other sports, regardless, baseball, basketball, football, whatever it may be, even looking at boxing, athletes, it's an adrenaline push that they have nothing else. I've been known for this, especially if they've been successful. Yeah, but I can come back. Everybody like, I know the game. I got this, whatever. But then they get dropped. Like I remember feeling so hurt when Sugar Ray Leonard got beat down by Terry Norris. I was like, oh, wow, that was really hurtful. And even Ali, when he lost to whoever he lost to, I guess the first bad one was Leon Spinks. I was like, wow, that was really like disappointing and hurtful. Our heroes.
Yeah, but you got to know when to quit.
You know what I'm saying? When to hold them.
You gotta know when to quit. And then as you age, the things that you used to do, it's not so easy to do anymore, even if you can fake it.
Yeah.
Now, when I get old, because I'm only 21, so when I get old, I know I have to quit.
Yeah. Well, you know what? There's always going to be a smooth ballad we can always create.
It'll be slow as hell. That's for sure.
Look, I do remember literally in our 20s and maybe even 30s, I'll be singing, it's my prerogative when I'm 65. And actually, I'm still singing, it's my prerogative. But, not the caricature version, but I'm still trying to push it. And I'm realizing, well, maybe you need to slow it down a little bit, get your wind together, But yeah, man, I mean, just been so much stuff in current events lately that's been kind of surprising, talking about the Super Bowl entertainment and the Olympics. You know, I didn't even realize that Jay-Z and Kid Rock did a song together. You know, I was like, wow, okay, interesting. So, you know, as the world turns, what's it like the sands through the hourglass? These are
As the world turns.
these of our lives, you know. Shoot, I tell you. But yeah. But I had seen on your page a couple of weeks ago, I don't know if it happened, that there was some martial arts tournament or activity going on. What's that about?
Oh, coming up in May. Well, the community center in Harlem, you know, have a lot of people that do a lot of activities and stuff like that. So the center is making available, you know, the space and you know, some stuff so that they can come near and compete once again in May.
Okay.
So they have an event. It's a you know, the center is trying to do a community thing,
Okay.
you know, and I'm
So
trying
is
to
it a
help them.
tournament or exhibition or what?
It's a tournament. It's a tournament. Um, they have a lot of classes, a lot of programs, and yeah, a lot of programs in that area.
Okay.
So it's one of those things like, you know, they got basketball and they got the football and stuff, but they don't seem to have a lot of activities for other things like the martial arts and you know, dancing and cheerleading and all that other stuff like that. So the census really trying to do something for the community.
So is this like something that they're trying to bring back from the as far as the martial arts, they're bringing it back, or is it just another activity that they're, you know, sharing to stay active?
I think a little of both.
Okay.
There was a time when there were a lot of activities going, you know, a lot of like especially tournaments that was going on in the
Mhm.
area.
Okay.
The it slowed down, you know. So if you're not what I call the elite guys, if you're not out there trying to compete for ratings and stuff like that, you know, the local guy don't have anything to do.
Okay. Okay.
You know, so this is an attempt to give the local guy again something to do. You know, there's a few people that still throw events, you know, martial art events and stuff like that, but not like it used to be. It used to be a regular thing.
So what's your role in this upcoming event in May?
Um, just helping them promote it.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
helping them promote it.
Gotcha. And then what's the age range?
5 to 90.
Really?
Sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Five.
so they're gonna have some older boys or male and females also either doing exhibitions or competing. Okay. And then does
Yeah,
that
yeah.
consist of katas as well as exhibitions and oh wow. Okay.
No exhibition. Is they're gonna do kata, they're gonna do weapons and fighting at this one.
Nice. Nice. And
You
is
know,
it any particular style or is it different styles?
different styles, whatever. You know, everybody's invited, but it's usually the people that show up or the people that you know we're familiar with is usually either Goju or Shotokan. You know,
Oh,
of some form or some form or whatever. There's a couple of you know kung fu guys that we hang out with, and you know, a couple of other styles and formats, but
so Goju
primarily,
as well as karate. So both. Okay.
yeah, Goju and Shotokan is usually the majority of the people that show up.
Okay. What is the origin of Shotokan? Is that is Chinese or is that what is that? Do you know?
Well, you know, they people equate that with Japanese
Okay. I know
from
Goju.
Japan, but there Japan there wasn't no karate in Japan. It's from Okinawa, you know. And what happened was the
Japan,
founder.
right?
Uh,
Okinawa. Okinawa is Japan, right?
no, it's another island, separate island.
Okinawa is not Japanese territory?
No, Okinawa is actually a whole nother island, a whole nother
Province?
space, right? And then
Okay.
when they brought a guy over
Uh-huh.
to sort of like to demonstrate what they were doing over in from that particular place. Had it like from people from all over, like a circus, kind of thing.
Hmm.
Um, when he came there, I guess he did so well that he stayed for the remainder of his life, and um, he was a author, a poet. He was a
Oh, really?
poet. Yeah, he was a poet. Gichin Finakoshi is his name. He was a poet, and his his um his poet name was Shoto.
Ah.
So, and Kan means house. So when they opened up a school in Japan,
Hmm.
um, to give it a name, it was Shoto's house. So it was
Hmm.
Shoto Kan. Shoto was the poet. Gichi Finakoshi, that's who he was. And then his house, Kan is his house. So it's Shoto's house, Shoto Kan.
So do I need to fact check you on that Okinawa being a Japanese territory?
Yeah, fact check. Yeah, fact check it. Go for it.
Alexa, where's Okinawa located?
From Quora.com. Okinawa is a prefecture in the southern part of Japan, located in the
Southern part of
Ryukyu
Japan.
Islands.
Okay.
Well, if they say the southern part of Japan, it's
Okay.
a whole nother area. He had to go there. It wasn't even part of,
Now
you
I
know.
heard that the martial arts originated from Africa.
Everything. Well, listen, there's so much information and different things and contradicts a whole bunch of stuff. I
Okay.
believe that. I believe that.
From Africa?
Yeah, I believe that. I believe all of that stuff came from
Motherland.
the motherland and then spread it out into different areas and migrated into other spaces and things like that.
Right. Because I've seen some I'm sure you know, because this is your area of interest and expertise. This they always show these brothers with like braids, but they're French and they have, I don't know the name of the style, I can't think of the name, and they have this fighting style where they kind of like swing around and looping around and kicking and whatever the name of the style, I don't know, but I've noticed that it seemingly lends itself to a French, I guess, to France in some respect. I don't know exactly what respect, but yeah, I find that kind of interesting though. But I've always had an interest and a respect for the martial arts. It seems like every time I've gotten involved, it was short lived. But yeah, martial arts is something that was always high on my list. So the martial arts, I guess, through I'll say the 80s that we knew, traditional karate, kung fu, and all that, compared to the mixed martial arts today, how is that? How do they coexist? I mean, I know there's the UFC and all these different organizations, but did it just evolve? And, how can you give some insight on that?
Well, anything that comes about, someone will find a different angle to use it or to deal with it. I think it's a different kind of animal today.
Okay.
If you think of it like the old boxers, where they stand face to face and right, that kind of thing, and then you come up with an Ali,
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It's a whole different, whole different world, So, and a lot of the old timers, a lot of the guys, we call them dinosaurs. A lot of the dinosaurs don't have anything good to say about anything that's new.
Okay.
No, they don't. They don't. I think that they're just as good and just as valuable as anything, because if you talk about the 80s, the guys from the 70s and the 60s really don't have anything good to say about the guys from the 80s.
Okay.
The guys from the 50s, the guys from the 50s is like, you got to block with your face and stand there and take it, where the guys, the guys like, the new millenniums is like, well, no, they seem to take a lot of blows to the face. But the guys from the 70s or the 80s or whatever the case may be is like, nah, I don't want that.
Yeah, the objective should be to hit and not get hit.
Yeah, I mean that's the objective, but I watched the what we call them sport karate things, and I watched them, and they pretty much they're very quick, but pretty much not so much of a clean hit. Not so much of a clean strike or whatever. It's like hitting as many times as I can with whatever I can.
Glancing blows or just fast motion just because it looks good, or
fast motion, 500, strikes and whatever, and definitely just kind of go for whatever it is, because usually it used to be a little more controlled. Other words, you would see whatever happens and you would call that. You used to even have to demonstrate what you saw. Now it's kind of hard, because actually all you know is he threw like 40 punches and one of them landed. Which one? I don't know. There was 40 of them and it hit him 40 times. But which one are is it the first one you saw, the last one? Which one? That kind of thing. Every once in a while I'll see some stuff online, and I watch those, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I see what what they're doing, but and they I think, in my opinion, things evolve.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And things, migrate and things change, and they're a little more geared for the ratings, and the ratings go for so that you can be known for X amount of ratings, which then will get people watching you for movies.
So it's like some of the sports today, some of the sports like basketball, for example, it's about fast-paced run and gun. Can you run and dunk and shoot the long shot? All the exciting plays the rules actually are designed for the excitement more so than for the defense these days.
Yeah, well, this is probably one of the reasons why I don't watch a lot of the sports. Like, I never really was a sport diehard, but I would watch sports. But I watch basketball. You know what I'm saying? And I'd get frustrated and throw my hands up and walk out, because I'm looking at the screen. I see the guy walk. You know what I'm saying? I see the guy walk. I see him double dribble. I see him. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, what's up? Yo, carry the ball. Put it under his arm like a football and run halfway down the court. And I'm like, yo, what is that? You know what I'm saying? So I get frustrated, so I don't watch it. Women's basketball is a little closer to what I remember, and the only thing the men want to do is dunk. That's it.
I found that women's best WNBA, especially the last few years, has been pretty entertaining to me. That's just
it's closer to what I'm used to. Like I said, I've watched some of the games, especially when the finals and stuff like that. I sit down and I look at it, and while I'm watching it, I'm going, he walked.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or he spins on his foot. You can't spin on your foot.
So what about the CQC, close quarter contact? Is that something you favor in the martial arts or mixed martial arts or whatever?
Well,
I mean, I know it's a part of the game, but
It's always, it's always been part, you know, of the thing. It's just, you know,
you know the Bourne series, right? The Bourne Supremacy, those movies.
yeah,
Matt Damon. I
Matt
think
Damon. Yeah.
that helped bring it out, make it look more exciting because of the camera angles and the guy picking up a book and hitting the guy in the throat, guy using a pencil, and they made it more exciting.
Yeah, I mean, there are quite a few guys that that's their whole scheme. That's a whole lesson, stuff like that, and whatever. And I think it's a valuable thing, in some cases. But I've seen some stuff. I saw, matter of fact, it was just yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a guy do it. It was on Facebook, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Guy, he does a technique, and he takes the gun in his mouth and throws the guy.
What?
Yeah. Matter of fact, and matter of fact, it was because we were working doing the sound thing on the weekend. It actually wasn't yesterday; it was the day before yesterday. I had to save the thing and go show it to Kevin because I'm like, "Yo, Kev, check this out." Guy takes the gun in his mouth and supposedly throws this guy. I was like, "Well, guess I won't be watching this too much longer."
Was it staged, you think?
It's that most of that stuff is staged.
Okay.
But the fact that you put that out there like that, come on, man.
Okay, somebody get hurt behind that stuff.
Yeah.
One thing,
send it to you.
No, I know it has happened in Olympic sports as well, and I don't know if it matters which particular sport, but I've also looked at the referees and how they, officiate the various sports. And knowing a few years ago about this guy, I don't know his name. It was in the NBA. He was betting or swaying the game. He was officiating based on his gambling, I guess. And when that happened, I was like, oh, I'm just done with sports. So I'll watch highlights, but I very rarely will watch an entire game. And as a man of my age, I'm a big kid. I got a PlayStation 5, so I'll play games on my console, and I'll enjoy that,
Sure,
but sit and watch an entire game. In fact, not too long ago, a couple of days ago, they were talking about the Knicks playing against some team, and they were questioning the officiating because some of the calls were like questionable. And I'm like, wow, that's kind of jacked up. Now I don't know what the outcome was, but it was just kind of jacked up thinking that if there was a skewed purpose behind it, that you can't even get to enjoy the game. And then just so many things are iffy nowadays.
Yeah, that's why I don't watch. I don't bother.
What's this other thing that got called load management? Guy doesn't feel like playing, so or he wants to extend his career, and he's the star, so he decides he's not playing in the game or two. Even MJ calls them out. He's like, man, people spend their hard-earned money to see you play, and you're playing for their team, their city, whatever. You should be out there playing the game. So yeah.
Well, I mean, that's kind of what happened. It is back in the day, the players for those teams, the Knicks and all that other stuff, Frazier and all of, they weren't getting paid.
You mean you weren't getting paid well?
They weren't getting paid. They were business owners that was out on the court.
I don't understand what you mean.
They wasn't getting any money to play. They wasn't getting no real money to play.
No real money. Okay, yeah, but they were getting paid. You're talking about in the NBA, right?
I'm talking about NBA. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That wasn't, the thing. The thing is they were competing for status, and they were competing for for the finals, the win.
Look, Clyde is probably making more money now as an analyst than he was as a player.
And he was on his right. He probably was making more money when he retired. staying home
Yeah.
than he was when he was playing.
He's got a restaurant down there on 9th Avenue. Have you ever been?
No, but I used to see him at some of the events that because the center is connected with Abyssinian, so he goes to Abyssinian. So I used to, yeah,
okay,
yeah. So I used to see him there, and then someone that he knew, we all used to hang out and go to events together,
right?
And we would go to some events, and she would know him and stuff like that.
He's my favorite all-time basketball player, Walt Frazier, man, number 10. Probably because back in the day when they they had a big influence on living in the city where you support your team, and then they happen to win those 2 championships. But he was even today. I mean, there's a lot of great players. You look at the Michael Jordans and the Dr. J's. I like Dr. J too, but I don't know. Walt Frazier was always just my favorite player, man. Always. Yeah, I tell you. Man, this is amazing. From whence we come, man, I tell you. What happened to the time, man?
I don't know.
I don't know what you're going to do when you grow up.
I'm never going to grow up. Sorry.
That's my mindset as well. I'll be honest with you. Sometimes people say, man, you always doing something, or man, you're the hardest work. Well, no, I think I'm kind of lazy, to be honest with you. But the mindset is definitely there. The kid at heart. The fact that I can wake up in the morning and enjoy the fact that I can create in whatever fashion that suits me. I can create, and nothing like a creative. People like us, we have a different, in my opinion, have a different appreciation for the most part for life. And I'm just grateful that I can say that with a full heart and with the fullest meaning, cornball or not. I'm just grateful, man. I really am. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, just making it this far is an achievement.
Oh, yes, sir. Absolutely. In fact, it's funny. This morning I spoke to a friend that I've known since 2nd grade. Went to like elementary school, and then wound up going to high school together. And then, of course, go your own separate ways. But the fact that we're still around is like, wow. I was in single digits when I knew you, dude.
Yeah. Oh, for real. Yeah. Absolutely.
And then you think about all the people that you've lost or that didn't make it or that are no longer here, however you want to put it. It's just
got a song about it.
Like to hear how I go? Yeah.
Got a song about it.
Yeah, man. So anyway, but I know we got some people on deck for upcoming shows. Moni Love will be our guest, scheduled for the 24th. And I believe next week we'll have William Breadcaster, who's a producer, rapper. He's got an album coming out. So I'm looking forward to speaking to some of these upcoming guests for future shows. But man, we just got to keep doing what we do.
What else? People, I always say that, it's like, what else am I going to do?
Yeah. True that.
You said you still doing that? Yeah. Well, what else am I going to do?
Yeah, well, what you doing? How about that? You still not coming to my shows?
Yeah.
You still not trying my house?
That's right.
Shoot.
That's right.
Yes, that's my cue. It's time for me to take my eye drops. But yeah, man, look, man, it's been great, man. And until the next time, I look forward to us. There they go again.
Wow.
I'll tell you, man, I didn't realize my head was so big.
Hey, listen, I didn't realize my head was so big.
I tell you, man, it's funny. This whole AI thing is funny as a mug. So, once again, Leon and the People, Tacoma Station, April. You have a date?
I could tell you that right now.
Or should I say Leon?
Here, yeah. Oh, you saw that video?
Yes.
All right. It's moving as slow as me. Let's go. Yeah.
You need some more RAM, man. What's up with that?
No, I have a external hard drive
Okay.
that I'm using to it's that I'm using to oh, here you go. To
Store your extra
take so that I can bounce back and forth. Yeah. April 19th.
April 19th.
Sunday,
okay.
April 19th.
All right. And what time's the show? Do you have a time?
Matter of fact, yeah. 7 o'clock, 7 p.m.
We're gonna try to make that
7
one.
p.m.
Also, talking about your external hard drive, I just found out, I think it was 2 days ago, about a new, maybe it's not so new, cloud system called Ugreen. Have you heard of that?
No, not yet.
It's like you have an external hard drive, but you can have 4 slots with the old style hard drives, like you remember the standard ones we used to use back 10 years ago. Anyway, you have an enclosure, and that enclosure is connected to the Wi-Fi in your house, so you can put a 2 terabyte, 1 terabyte, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I have one, but I'm like, do I need to buy this thing? But the difference is, I think this will be connecting to your home internet, whereas I have an enclosure that takes 4 external hard drives, and I can connect it to my computer, but it's not connected to the internet. So there is the only difference.
Yeah, I've had a couple. I got what they call them NAS units. I got a couple of NAS units.
Oh, yeah.
You hook them up to the internet, and then I can go into my drive from anywhere. Log in
the house, right?
No, anywhere in the world.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You just need an internet connection, correct?
Just need an internet connection. That's it.
Okay, got you.
Matter of fact, that's how I used to do in the early 90s and mid 90s, how I used to do work on people's computers. I would log into the NAS unit and grab the files that I needed and do their thing. And then I would make an image of the hard drive and then put it on my NAS unit. And then that's when the internet was slow.
Wow.
Now now the daggone thing is so quick that you could just pretty much just work on the stuff in almost real time speed. Yeah. So you got one?
No, I don't have it, but I was thinking about it because of the fact that, well, this is what I'm thinking. I've already got a disclosure that takes 4 drives, but it's not internet compatible. Now, if there's a way that I could make it compatible, maybe I wouldn't need to do that. But then again, at the same time, it's probably, I won't say a moot issue, but it's probably better to get something that's designed to go online versus trying to convert something.
The way that you would do this, like I got a couple of the external drives. I have these external drives that I use for everything. Instead of me putting it in the machine, I would be able to switch the drives and close, but
solid state drives.
Close, but
you got these old school joints?
No.
Yeah. Oh, I have one of those.
Right. I got them all over the place because then I take, like when I'm working on the music, so the music I'm working on the drive that's in here, right?
Okay.
And then so now I want to transfer the music or whatever I'm done to the other computer because I got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 computers here. I just take the drive out, put it into the other hard drive bay. Yeah. Right. And then call it and then turn that bay on, and then I can bring it up into the other drives. I mean, the other machines. So, so what where I use a few of these. Now, you was talking about being able to be on the internet with something that doesn't have internet, which is like this.
Right.
You would have to have a machine that's on all the time. You'd have to have a machine that's on all the time, and the machine would be using that hard drive. You'd be able to get into that hard drive. Other than that, the NAS unit, you don't need a machine.
So the NAS unit, well, with this Ugreen thing, it's like half the size of a shoebox, but 4 drives can go into it, size of your choice, and that's what's connected to the internet. So your content is always accessible anywhere in the house, not in the world, just in the house. Wow, that's big. That's a real.
Yes. Well, this is old though.
Yeah.
So the NAS unit, these are the hard drive.
Right. Those. Yeah.
Hard drive. You're able to swap.
How many drives can go in there?
Well, this one is 2.
Okay.
I've seen them with up to 8.
Now, if you could fold that in half, what I'm talking about takes 4 drives and it's a little more compact. But I got you.
Yeah. And then you hook up your network cable.
Okay.
Right. This is where your network cable goes, and when you turn on the machine, it has its own IP address.
Oh, really?
So you turn on the machine, it has its own IP address, and then that will allow you to log on to your NAS unit or your hard drives. That's how I used to give files. I have another one over here, files to people. I give them a link, and it'll take them right to their drive, and I'll make a folder for you, and you can go into it, and we can swap drives, and I don't have to be here and wait for you. You can just put it on as if you were working on your computer.
Right. Nice. That's all right, man. The technology just keeps getting gooder and gooder.
Better and better. Yeah. Gooder and gooder. Yeah, I like better and better.
Yes, indeed. Man. All right, folks. So hopefully you got an earful. We talked about sports. We talked about entertainment. And we talked about tech. So until the next time, be part of the energy.
Yeah. Uh-huh. You're sexy, so good to me.